So Dragon Age 2 is, what the kids call not good. I have quite a few issues with it. A bunch of them are for things that make this game very much a game of its time, 2011, 2012-ish. But that doesn't mean I can't criticize it. So, let's get into why Dragon Age 2, the second in a series of beloved games, is utter garbage. So here's where I have my first issue. Fantasy games typically allow you to play as different races because that's what defines fantasy. And yeah, there's still magic and you can still play a magic user, but it's not like I'm gonna be a Tolkien elf and I'm gonna stand around and not do anything for 6 films. It's a little lackluster when you can only play as a human. Character creator is bad. Everyone you make is ugly, doesn't matter how hard you try. So you stick with Hawk and get rid of the garbage on her nose. Everything Hawk says, no matter which one you choose, is either just annoying or fucking garbage. These right here are meant to characterize you. That's why they give you the special colors and images. Here's the goody two-shoes. Here's the sarcastic ass. And here's just the fucking biggest douchebag in the world. You can play one of these 3 characters, and that's pretty much it. It forces your character into an archetype, which is an okay way to build a story, but it's not as engaging as giving you a couple options and then allowing you to make decisions that reflect the situation that you're in. For story purposes, I would typically excuse limitations like these, but the story's bad. The story's real bad. This Varric telling the story is pretty neat. Dragging a friend of a hero in to be interrogated by what is essentially the police state is an interesting story idea, but
I've had gentler invitations.
It's executed poorly.
I am Cassandra Pentecost, Seeker of the Chantry.
And just, what are you seeking?
The champion.
Which one?
You know exactly why I'm here. Time to start talking, dwarf. They tell me you're good at it.
What do you want to know?
Everything. Start at the beginning.
So that's a pretty interesting opening sequence. But I would argue a couple scenes later is a better way to start this game than this. This is ugly and unappealing. Here's where I think the story should have started.
The Blight have been unleashed on Ferelden. Darkspawn poured out of the wilds, clashing against the army at the ruins of Ostagar.
But this is gorgeous.
The battle
This is lovely.
was a disaster. The champion's family barely escaped in time.
This is a tutorial section, but you can genuinely do this the entire game. You can do this the entire fucking game. It's bad level design, bro. I think you get the point. This is not engaging. This is dull. Oh my gosh. I'm so scared. What will happen now? In the other games, ogres are genuinely terrifying. Here they use it as a tutorial. So they're just literally making you play the same thing twice. No, seriously. They made you play the tutorial twice. Why do the tutorial fucking twice? If it were an interesting story beat, I'd understand, but it's not. You know how quickly you can sum up what's happening here?
Wait.
Varric already summed it up.
The champion's family barely escaped in time.
The level design is also pretty bad. And it's not just the tutorial area. Everything seems to like railroad you in one or two directions. This, you could very easily step over and cut like half your traveling time off. If you're running for your lives, you'd think that they would do that, but I mean, nope, you're not allowed. This entire city is square, and it's kind of an interesting city design, but it's also, it feels uncomfortable. Everything about Kirkwall is uncomfortable. And that's not to say that an uncomfortable setting is necessarily a bad thing, but when 90% of your video game takes place in this one single city, you'd think having a sense of familiarity would be good for it. The city design is not dynamic enough to pull off having the setting be so restrictive. This isn't fun. Characters are annoying. Talking is tedious. Picking a character and playing it without having any variability is fucking annoying. This is torture.
So it's true. Continue. But if
This scene is supposed to be torture for Varric, not for the player.
Nothing so fanciful, I assure you.
I'm so annoyed.
The witch kept her word. Got them to
I don't care. Like, even the good things in this game are diminished because it's just constantly filled with tedious quests, and the writing is annoying, and I don't care. The beginning of a game should be the best that the game is. The beginning and end. If a game isn't fun for the first 10 minutes, who's gonna keep playing? There's nothing about this game that I don't want to skip. I want to skip them talking, which is typically my favorite part of the game. I want to skip the fighting. I want to skip the travel. I want to skip the exploration. Nothing about this game is fun. Everything is just busy work. It's not fun. This game isn't fun. I've never had fun playing this game. So I'm gonna stop. Because fuck this. If it's your cup of tea, play it. I don't know. I just think it's bad. If you like this video and you want to see more content like this from me, or if you just want to feed me, feel free to become my patron on Patreon. Hey, it's flu season, so remember to wash your hands. Take care of yourself. I hope you have a wonderful day. For some reason I like this game more now. Well, I like it less now.